Good morning, everyone. It's Yvonne here from the Aussie Goddess, here to do your What's Cracking for Tuesday, the 30th of October. Tuesday, the 30th. Unbelievable, isn't it, how quickly it's gone? There goes the year again. I remember people saying to me how quickly it goes as you get older. I never listened, of course I didn't. I was too much of a rebel. Now I realise it. I wish I'd listened to lots of things when I was a kid. I listened to all the wrong things that people taught me and took them on board. But anyway, that's another story. I do want to do some shout outs this morning because I went through a lot of the comments last night. I had time to sort of have a bit of a read through, and I do try to answer as many as I can. But I do want to shout out to Argentina. Argentina, thank you so much. That was really lovely to hear where you were from. France, I've been lucky enough to have been to France a few times. I particularly like Paris. Last time I was there, had a very fun-filled 4 days, and I got to ride up the Seine in a boat and have dinner on a glass boat and watch the Eiffel Tower sparkle on my birthday. So very big experience for me, but I'm a lover of museums and culture and architecture, and the graveyard in Paris is absolutely amazing to go to. So hello, France. Canada as well, because I've had a few comments from people in Canada, so that's really beautiful. But a special shout out this morning to Amy, who crossed my path a little while ago, Paula, who leaves such beautiful comments, as does Brido and Linda. I want to say thank you. I mean, it's thank you to everybody, but you particular people comment not a lot, but often. And I am really grateful that you're so supportive, loving and kind to me. And I just want to say thank you personally. All right, let's go on your What's Cracking. We've shuffled the tits off the cards. Okay, what's happening? Oh, I love it. Look at this. How beautiful is that? 4 of Wands this morning. So some stability coming in somewhere. I have trouble with my S's. I'm very S-y when I'm talking. It's because I enunciate my words correctly because I was threatened so much as a child because I didn't speak properly. We have the 4 of Wands, beautiful card. This talks about stability. It can talk about marriage. It can certainly talk. I've got a lot of light on the screen this morning. I'm trying to move you so you can see the card better. That's it. So yes, stability, security, sometimes marriage and love, settling down, having something secure in your life. Okay, so the first card out is 4 of Pentacles. Now I saw this card jump when I was shuffling, so obviously meant to come out. And the 4 of Pentacles is a card that talks about hanging on to things, not letting go. It can be about memories, the past, past people. Sometimes it talks about hanging on to your money. So for some of you, you may be doing it pretty tough at the moment, waiting for work to come in. I'm not quite sure where we're going here, so let's turn over another card. Okay, and then we have the Page of Cups. Could be a Pisces you are. You could be a Pisces. You could be dealing with a Pisces here. Someone's not letting go of somebody that might have been a Pisces. Maybe they thought they'd have some security with this person, but it hasn't worked out that way. For some of you, I'm feeling here that you may have been for a job interview where you were very, very keen on the job. The person who interviewed you may well have been a Pisces, but the offer that came in wasn't the job you wanted. So I feel like that's quite strongly for some people. Others of you may have a Pisces child who's going through something pretty tough at the moment. They're unable to let go of something too that they thought maybe was going to be long term. So I don't mean a child as in a little child, maybe an adolescent, because this person may not have given them the offer they wanted. Okay, then we have the 5 of Swords. Now, the 5 of Swords talks about conflict. It talks about winning, but at some, other people's expense. I guess that sometimes we do things because we, think it's the right thing to do. but sometimes we hurt ourselves in the bargain. And I know this week I've been talking a lot and I've had a lot of people write about having to cut relationships out or off because they're toxic or no good. The thing is, we don't do that because we don't love the person. And sometimes we just have to cut things off because the other person isn't returning love to us, isn't reciprocating, perhaps even doesn't love us or is not interested in us, and we're hurting. So, it means we have to cut something out in order to move forward because we have to release that energy. But you see, sometimes that hurts more than you question it. You start to think, I'd rather put up with the shit because at least, I felt love for this person. But actually you needed to cut them out to find someone better. Okay, and then we have the Wheel of Fortune. Oh, we're getting a lovely story coming out here, folks. So the Wheel of Fortune talks about things turning in your favour. Okay, I like this. It's a really lovely reading. So for some of you here, quick recap. For some of you here, you've had to let go of something that wasn't serving you. The Four of Pentacles tells me it was really, really hard to let go of too, because I feel like with that Four of Wands at the bottom, you felt like this person was really, they were your home, your safe place, your harbour. But you knew they weren't treating you right because you were loving them a whole lot and they may not have been loving you back for whatever reason. For some of you, that's about narcissists. It's about emotional control. It's about being emotionless. And for some people, you're in love with someone who is stuck in their ego. They're so consumed with their own needs that they don't see yours. If you're an empath, you've probably done this quite a few times and cycled. So I can relate to that. What I feel here is that you've probably cut this person out of your life. But what I can say to you with the Wheel of Fortune here, that things are turning. I'm not going to say they're going to return, but there are things turning in your favour now. So the universe could be bringing you something in now that suits your needs, wants, whatever. So we'll have a look at that. If this is about jobs, I think that some of you have actually chucked in jobs because of the way you've been treated at work. There's no doubt about this at all. I think you thought your job was secure, but you just couldn't deal with people pushing you around anymore, and quite rightly so. The bullies are everywhere. Unfortunately, the more I get through into life, the more I find out how many people there are in the world who are cruel and unkind, but narcissists can't see that in themselves, unfortunately. It's a bit of a disorder. Okay, so here we are with the Magician. And the Magician talks about being able to manifest. And I love that this card's coming out after the Wheel. Because what this universe is saying to you is, no matter what's happened in your past, no matter what you've dealt with, now you've got rid of what you don't need, we're going to come in and give you what you do. And you've started to manifest something better. So you need to drop any sadness you have. Don't look back at the past. You need to release it. I know that's hard. I sound like I know what I'm doing. Believe me, I'm just as guilty as anyone for hanging on to things that hurt me. But you need to now try to separate from things and actually let it go, because I talk about hanging on to the energy. So if you're hanging on to a person's energy and they can feel you hanging on, they still hang on to you. If you wanted that person back, you want them to change, you want them to wake up, drop their ego, whatever, you have to learn to cut them off, because you need to sever that energy flow. Otherwise, you both feel each other still. It's hard to move on. So there's definitely victory here for you. So if this is about work, I can tell you that there's something coming in for you. So you have manifested something better, and the universe is rewarding you for doing that work. So the universe recognizes that you have turned, away from something that didn't serve you because you've respected yourself and you've shown value in yourself, which means the universe then will help you to manifest something better that is more in line with your values. But in order to do this, of course, you do need to cut off that energy and let it go, because you have a brand new start coming in here. I love this brand new start. It's hot, it's passionate. So whether it's about work, business, something else in your life you've had to cut out, it may be that you've got rid of some friends or family that have been really, cruel and unkind. No, they may not have served you well. They may not have been around in your highest good. They may have been sheep's in wolf's clothing, or no, wolves in sheep's clothing, whatever. But now, because the universe is recognizing that you are respecting yourself, you're raising your vibration because of that, you're being true to who you really are, not to your ego, because the ego is what hangs on to all this shit. So you're now being true to yourself. So the universe is saying, we're going to bring you in something brand new. Here's your wish come true. Beautiful. What a beautiful reading. I've had some howlers this last few days. I'm like walking off after doing these readings feeling as high as a kite. So your wish is coming true here. Something's being brought in for you. Because you've recognised that the energy you've been in amongst doesn't serve you. You see, the thing is, my belief is that we're here in this world to love ourselves first. Because it's that whole thing, you know, and that Spirit always shows me the aeroplane thing. If you're not wearing a mask yourself, how can you save other people? So unless we love ourselves and we're true to ourselves, it's very difficult for us to have the things in life that we deserve to have. And we've been taught that that's selfish and we're self-centered, and we're not. That's how you do things. If you love yourself, then it's so much easier for you to love someone else. The more you get into the journey, the more in touch with your emotions, the more you need to understand, or you do start to understand this need to, you know, take things out of your life that aren't working for you. You don't have to put up with stuff. You don't have to. You're just taught to. People who are cruel and unkind teach you that stuff because it serves their purpose. So you're now getting a wish coming in here. Oh, and look at this. This is the very thing that you wanted. Amazing. Okay, so you're now getting this Hierophant coming in, or this Hierophant, or however you'd like to pronounce him. He is now coming in the form of someone, something. So a job, a place, a person. It doesn't really matter, because he's coming in to offer you stability. So you may be getting a job that has, like a government job, something that has some great stability to it. You might be getting a person who's coming in to offer you a more stable relationship, but it's on the way for you because you did what you needed to do. Beautiful, beautiful reading. Okay, so I'm going to pull a card from the Les Vampires deck. So the date today is the 30th. So tomorrow's Halloween, right? I've got a beautiful sister with a birthday on Thursday. And a quiet weekend, which I'm really looking forward to. Okay, I always forget with these ones to get them in the screen a little bit so you can see how I shuffle them. So sooner or later, one of them just wants to come out, and there you go, see? So the card that's come out is the card of thirst, and it talks about craving, compulsion, and obsession. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. Okay, so let's just find the meaning for that one. Oh, I'm straight on the page. Okay, I love it when that happens. Okay, so the blessing here. It says the thirst will lead you to know more about yourself and how far you go to quest for something you want. You could encounter a way through to self-knowledge, but consider too that what you thirst for you may never find. Many of we children of the night thirst more for humanity we have been separated from in so many ways than we thirst for the blood of the same. Okay, so working with this card, it says it's possible to reclaim your life force, your will. Even we vampires learn to do this, and after years of practice we no longer need to give in to our lust for life and lifeblood. Your desire is driving you. Be sure of where it's taking you and whether it is increasing your ability to live fully alive, or whether it's dragging you into a seductive soul sleep from which you may struggle to awake. I'm not going to read anymore because I totally see what Spirit's saying here. And what Spirit's saying is, you know, life is not life. If you are doing things that you are not supposed to be doing, you're with people you're not supposed to be with, and you're not recognising who you truly are. So in order to have what you truly want, you have to recognise who you truly are. Thanks, everyone.